It is your boy, Mad Max. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why it's important who you surround yourself with. I think this is relevant for everyone, but it's also relevant for those living with disabilities because just out of sheer necessity, you might need your friends to do certain things that most other people wouldn't be able to do for you. You might need help in certain situations. There might be stares. And that's why it's very important that you are with people that you genuinely trust and people that really uplift you in your life. But before I get into the video, I first want to talk about Maximus Moves, my health and wellness coaching service for others living with physical disabilities. Living with muscular dystrophy myself, I know how hard it is to find purpose and direction in life. Are you held back by self-limiting beliefs, thinking you'll never have the social life you want, the love life you want, or thinking fitness is totally out of the question? With my heart, mind, and body method, you will soon realize nothing is holding you back. Think of me as your older brother and accountability partner with a mission to improve your mind, body, and soul. So if you or someone you know is currently living with a physical disability, book a strategy session with me in the description below, and we will create a personalized workout and wellness plan catered to your personal needs to take back control of your life. If you also want to join my private Facebook group for other like-minded individuals who are also motivated to take back control of their lives, link is also in the description below. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the importance of who you surround yourself with on a daily basis. Because so many times we're with people that we don't necessarily like. We don't necessarily want to spend time with, but it's a matter of practicality. It's a matter of convenience. So many times we think that that's as good as we're going to get, whether with friends or with relationships. And unfortunately, it's from a lot of people living in a scarcity mindset, thinking that that's it, I'm not going to find anyone else. But time and time again, I've found that I've always felt better cutting people out of my life that have not been the best of friends, that have not necessarily been as trustworthy and as good as the kinds of people you really want in your life. A lot of times we think in terms of scarcity, and that really limits us. But a few things you need to look out for when it comes to thinking about who you want to surround yourself with. The number one thing you should think about is whether or not this person uplifts you. They don't have to be some motivational speaker or some superhero, if you will, but they have to be someone that has positivity, that's not negative. What I've noticed with people that should not really be in my life and that have not really been the best of friends is that after a lot of their interactions, I feel drained, I feel tired. But with certain friends, especially my really close friends, I feel energized hanging around them. And, I love them like brothers. And unfortunately, not a lot of people have that. Unfortunately, a lot of people have friends that are really users, that only use them when things are convenient. And it's a very transactionary, cold relationship. And that's the kind of relationship I try to avoid at all costs. And I think it's something a lot of people do without even realizing. A good test, this is something that I saw online, is someone that, let's say, you always have to reach out to call and make plans. Don't call them and see what happens. And in this one case, this woman cut out one of her friends, and it was 6 months, still nothing. And that's the kind of person you don't want in your life. Someone that isn't really doing any of the work. You have to do all the effort. You're constantly giving, and the other person is constantly taking. And it's really sucking your energy. And that's how you know when you have a very toxic or just someone with toxic traits. It's always about them. Things are kind of manipulative. It's always at the end them trying to get their way with you. And it's just not healthy. I find that I've been in a lot of relationships like that, and I've learned the power of just walking away. And being able to walk away is one of the most powerful things you can do, whether in a friendship or in a romantic relationship, because it shows that at the end of the day, you have the upper hand and that you're strong enough to walk away from a situation that has not necessarily been that good to you, and realizing that you deserve better. I see this with people that I know that can't kick people out of their lives that really bring them down and make them feel bad. And it's a skill. It really comes down to learning how to love ourselves. And sadly, not a lot of people do. Before I continue in this video, I first want to talk about supplements. More specifically, supplements I use every day. Whether it's creatine monohydrate to give me an extra boost in my workout, or whey protein powder for my recovery. I swear by them, and you should add them to your daily workout. Living with muscular dystrophy and taking steroids, I also need vitamin D3 to keep my bones strong. In addition, I take CoQ10 to keep my heart healthy, and lion's mane mushroom to keep my mind in check. If you're interested in adding these supplements, links are in the description below. Now back to the video. So, as I was just saying, a lot of us need to learn self-love. And it's difficult. It's a path that I think I'm still on. And it's always a work in progress. But sadly, not a lot of people truly love themselves. And in that way, that's why we get into toxic friendships and relationships with someone that might be narcissistic, that might make things all about themselves. And it's really a skill learning how to walk away from it. You know, I've seen friends in codependent relationships, and it's just awful. Losing who you are for the sake of someone else. And I think that's how I want to close this video. Not losing yourself. And sadly, a lot of people do with friendships, with relationships. They lose who they are so as to please the other person. A lot of times, a lot of codependent relationships have someone that's narcissistic and someone that's needy, that needs the validation. And it sort of becomes a very unhealthy thing. And sadly, this need for validation, this need for approval will really mess you up and lead you to continue down a path of having people that are not necessarily good for you. And living with a disability, it's almost a litmus test to see how much are you willing to help me. And I think in a lot of ways, it's what I've used to sort of separate people that I want in my life with those that I don't want in my life. I think that fortunately, I've been able to cultivate a lot of close friendships and relationships, but it's still a work in progress. And I have to learn when someone doesn't necessarily regard my boundaries or my needs as a human being. So again, be careful who you surround yourself with. Watch out for those that only serve themselves, and it's always them before anyone else. Those are the kinds of relationships you have to shy away from at all costs. And granted, it's a work in progress, and it's something that can be learned, and a skill that continues to be enriched and learned throughout your life. So please smash that like button, comment, subscribe. But one last thing before I go. As more than 4 million people have been displaced by the violence in Ukraine, with many fleeing to neighboring countries including Poland, Romania, and Hungary, United Way Worldwide is one organization that's providing both short-term and long-term relief for a lot of these Ukrainians displaced by the violence and the humanitarian crisis. The United Way is the world's biggest privately funded nonprofit and has set up a relief fund in response to the intensifying humanitarian crisis to provide shelter, transportation, and all the necessities. So, link is in the description. Donate as much or as little as you can. Any little bit helps. And again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's your boy Max, over and out.